Thank you, Darren. And that is the BBC News at 1. Now it's time to join our colleagues for the news where you are. Goodbye.
Thanks, Anna. I'm Carol Malia. Welcome to Look North this lunchtime. Good afternoon. Searches are being carried out today on Teesside as police appeal for information about missing 18-year-old Lewis Penfold Roche. He was last seen around 6 p.m. on Sunday the 28th of January on Station Road in Billingham, heading towards Central Avenue. Searches are now being carried out in wooded areas near Billingham Beck Valley Country Park towards Billingham Golf Club, close to his last known location. The mum of a 4-year-old girl who's been waiting for a heart transplant for a year is raising awareness about the need for more organ donors. Evie from Middlesbrough has dilated cardiomyopathy and has lived at Newcastle's Freeman Hospital for the last 12 months. Adam Powell reports.
In so many ways, Evie is just like other little girls. She loves dressing up, especially in pink, and quite likes colouring in too. But Evie was born with a defective heart. She has dilated cardiomyopathy and is being kept alive by a Berlin heart. Her hub for the last year has been the Freeman Hospital, waiting for a transplant.
It's quite a lot for a family to sort of go through, especially, well, for anybody, but we've got another child as well, so we've kind of had to work out a system where one of us is always here with Evie and the other one's always with our little boy because, unfortunately, he's in school.
Big brother Theo is visiting Evie today. There are 17 children waiting for a new heart at the Freeman Hospital. Nationally, there's a shortage of people on the donor register, something mum Chloe would like to change.
We're not waiting for like a child to pass away, we're just waiting for someone to make that ultimate sacrifice, because like a child has to die for Evie to live, but they won't die because of Evie.
Well, it is very difficult for families to make a very difficult decision at a very immense time of sadness and grief. But families do explain to us that how much comfort they get and pride knowing that they have helped someone else.
It's been a tough few years for Evie, but a new heart would transform her life.
It would mean the world, and it would just be a chance of back to normal, really. Getting a new heart would mean that she would thrive in that sort of aspect, and we're very well aware that a heart transplant isn't a cure for it, but it's just an extension of her life and a good quality of life.
The hope is that Theo and Evie will be playing together at home later this year. Adam Powell, BBC Look North, Newcastle.
Well, we all hope that, don't we? Now, Durham County councillors have called on the government to compensate the council for money it spent on bidding for levelling up cash it wasn't eligible for. The council says it spent more than £1 million preparing a funding bid, only to find out later that a change in the rules effectively disqualified it from the competition. Well, ministers say the county has already been awarded levelling up cash and insist the application process has been improved. Our political correspondent Luke Walton reports.
We went into the process in very good faith, and we were successful in round one of levelling up, and we got a successful bid in Bishop Auckland that was used as a national exemplar of how good bids should look. We then went into round two and spent a lot of money preparing our bids, £1.2 million in total. And we later discovered, after the bids had been submitted, that actually we wouldn't be eligible for that, but we didn't know that in advance whilst we were working on those bids.
So you feel you have wasted £1.2 million and you want the money back from the government?
Well, actually we haven't wasted the money. I'd like to be clear about that, because we will use those bids in future funding rounds. But we do feel extremely let down by government in that we went through a process where we could never have been successful, and we didn't know that.
You want the money back, though, from ministers?
We do want the money back, and we've directly written to government and explained our position and asked for the money back, but we've been told no, that is not going to happen.
Were the communities themselves, I know the likes of Easington, Sedgefield, missed out, were they bitterly disappointed? What was that money going to go on?
Extremely disappointed. We had a range of schemes which were around transport and around housing, and we're now seeking other ways with which to deliver those schemes.
A number of schools in Newcastle and Northumberland are being checked for potential structural defects following safety concerns at 4 in North Tyneside. The problems came to light when a small section of ceiling fell at Fordley Primary School in Anitsford. 1,700 pupils are being bused to nearby schools or are being taught at home while safety checks continue. Other schools affected include Churchill Academy in Wallsend, Grassmere Academy in Killingworth and Hazelwood Primary in Wideopen. An immersive light and sound show which explores the history of coronations is taking place in Carlisle over the next 3 days. Carlisle is the only city in the north of England to host Crown and Coronation, seen here in a month. It shows the role the crown jewels play within the coronation ceremony, with these images projected onto Carlisle's cathedral and actually the castle. And now it's Valentine's Day, the day to celebrate all things romantic. We've been out in Newcastle to ask what being in love means to you folk out there.
It's nice to be loved, I guess, and nice to love people.
It makes me feel complete, if in a really soppy way.
We've been married 38 years in next week, so yeah, I've definitely experienced love, and it's lovely.
Oh, and here's the man who didn't forget breakfast in bed, and I don't mean for you, Paul. You didn't forget, did you?
Oh, I ticked all the boxes.
Did you?
Some of the boxes.
Well done.
One of the boxes. Yes. Moving swiftly on, staying mild over the next few days.
Thanks, Paul. Got time to nip to the supermarket and buy a 3-course meal. That's it from us this afternoon. We're back at 6:30. See you then. Bye-bye.